Hi guys, my name is Rio and welcome back to another matchday preview. It's been some 2 weeks now since the last of the preview video because I've had a turbulent fortnight since the live game, so I'll talk to you in a minute in more detail about what's been going on at the stadium and stuff, but tomorrow I will be going to Shropshire as Chester FC play away at Afc Telford United. You can argue it's a local derby really because it's only about 45 minutes away in the car, so it's a local game. And when we were in League 1 and League 2, back in the day, we were playing Shrewsbury Town, and some can argue that back then that was a derby. It's only a few minutes away from Telford, so it's a local game for us tomorrow, either side of the way. So it's a local game, so it should be a good match. It's been 2 weeks since we did play, and new books had never been there before. So my AFC Telford match preview will be coming up right now. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. Before I start talking about Telford, I'll do a straight talking sort of detailed brief about what's been going on because at Chester FC, because over these last few weeks it's been absolutely covered in turmoil. So of course we lost 8-1 away at Blythe Spartans. That was our last match in the league, and if you watch my video, it was absolutely awful. We were absolutely ridiculous for the whole game. If you watch my vlog, so we lost 8-1 at Blythe 2 weeks ago on Saturday. So that was our last match, and the day after, on the Sunday night, we had a bad storm at the stadium, and on Monday I came down to the ground because we've launched a new Blues Briefing magazine tabloid, and I went to pick up about 500 copies so I could deliver them around my area. So I went on Monday afternoon and was like, oh wait, it's all dark in the stadium, and it was. There were a few people downstairs, with all the magazines, but it was covered in darkness, and the whole electricity had gone out because on the Sunday night we had a bad storm here in Chester, and it caused the roof to cave in a bit because there were about 10 or 11 footballs on the top of the roof because they weren't taken down from when we had played matches. Players had booted them over the stands and stuff, so they were covering the roof bit, and the roof had caved in, and all the water from the rain from the sky had came down, and it came through the hole in the roof, and it then went into the PA room, which is where all the CCTV is and stuff. Then it went into the control room, which is where all the security cameras are and the boards and stuff. Then it also went into all the offices at the top of the building. So it was all due to the electricity. Then it went into the electricity circuit. So as you may know, obviously water and electric doesn't go well, does it? Because if you turn on all the lights and stuff with water in it, then you're gonna get electrocuted, aren't you? So it's taken about a week to, we've had the dryers in now. It took about a week to dry it all out, but still we've had the insurance company coming in, assessing all the damage, and we've been having new equipment took in, but it could still take another week or two for it to be fully fixed because we've still got the new PA system now, the tannoy system, and the new CCTV system, the security stuff, all to be fitted and tested in. So due to this, we've had 3 matches postponed. So on the Tuesday after Blythe, we should have been at home to Kidderminster Harriers, but that got called off. So obviously didn't do a video on that at all, or review or vlog. So you may know now it's a bit obvious that the match didn't go ahead due to it. Then the following Saturday we should have been at home. This is the last Saturday now to FC United in Manchester. Obviously I didn't do a video on that too, so still the dryers are still in last Saturday, still drying all the electrics out, but it's still still soaking wet, so we couldn't do anything about it. So due to that, I went to Salford City against Chesterfield. It was a really good game. If you watch my vlog, then I got 1,600 views and that, so really pleased with that, and Salford won 3-2. So they scored the last minute winner, and it was a great day out. So Salford won that game. So yeah, that was due to me not going to the Chester game. That was called off. So on Monday we should have been at home to Hereford SC. This is this coming Monday, so only in a couple of days time, but still all the stuff hasn't been sorted out yet, so that's been called off a few days in advance. Sorry about that. So yeah, you can argue that we could have switched it to an away game, but you know, it'd be all hectic and stuff because for that could be an all-ticket fixture, and it will just be bad for us supporters really, because that would then make us be playing 3 away games in 7 days, and that would, you know, it just wouldn't be good enough really. So we should have been at home on Monday to Hereford FC, but you know, bank holiday Monday, but still all the stuff hasn't been done. So our next game, it's on the 8th of September. It's against Bradford Park Avenue return. That'll be our next home game. We'll be hoping that everything will be sorted out by then, because we're just waiting for all the stuff to be fitted and tested, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that everything will be fine. And I've been reading on Twitter and Facebook and all the stuff lately, and you know, some of the conspiracy theories have been absolutely ridiculous really. Fans suggesting that all this happened due to us losing 8-1, but no, it's, you know, it's just natural really. You know, if we beat Blyth 2-0 or something, you wouldn't be complaining, and would you? You know, it's just a natural thing. And you know, as much as, you know, because to be fair, I'm a bit frustrated too, but you know, our fantastic volunteers have been working really well, you know, really hard around the clock to sort everything out. You know, haven't been paid at all, and so in other news, here at Chester FC, we've had a few player departures over the coming weeks. So firstly, I'll talk to you about a few loan departures. So first of all, Ray Hellerwell, one of our academy graduates, he's left us the other week to join Barnoldswick Town on loan till October, I think. So you know, that'll be a good experience for him, first team football in the North West Counties League. Then 2 of our other players have joined Ramsbottom United on loan for a few months too. So that'll be Nathan Brown and Alex Downs. So yeah, again, they've been playing a few games with them lately. Nathan Brown got 2 assists last weekend, so you know, he had a good game there, good to run out. So they've gone out on loan for a few months there, so good competitive football for them. Then yesterday, one of our players, Sean Tooton, he left us permanently because he only played 2 matches for us because he impressed us on trial during pre-season, but he only signed on a non-contract basis, so you know, it wasn't really a secure deal. He was only here, like, you know, pay as you play really. So he's left us to join Spennymoor Town, so another club in our league who we played on the opening day a few weeks ago. He's left, you know, it's a bit of a strange thing really, because he only played 2 matches for us, but it wasn't really a secure deal, as I said before. So he signed on a 1-year deal, I think, so permanent contract at Spennymoor, and some more money there too. So you know, to be honest, I thought he did well for us. He didn't score a goal for us, but you know, his hold-up play and his ability on the ball was really good, and I was looking forward to seeing him play a bit more. So you know, unfortunately, these things happen in modern day football, all the money stuff. But must sign a new permanent, you know, must sign a new, you know, replacement now. So hopefully, Byrne and John, our 2 new managers, will, you know, be able to get the right player in. But you know, we've had a few issues as well, because you may know Dean Smalley, one of our other players. Well, he did sign for us on a permanent deal after impressing, you know, on trial and pre-season, but we've had a bit of an admin error, you know, a bit of an error. So you know, international clearance, it's, you know, to do with that really. So a couple of years ago we played for Newport County in League 2, but with Newport being a Welsh club, you know, he hasn't had his international clearance, you know, all sorted out yet. But last season he played for Ashton United. They are an English football club, as you may know. They were in the Evo stick and they got promoted to the National League North. But funnily enough, he did play for Ashton last season. But the thing is, over the summer, the FA has just realised that it's been a bit of an issue with his international clearance. So he hasn't been able to play for us yet. So you know, it's a bit of a, you know, it's quite annoying really, because he was allowed to play for Ashton last year, you know, an English club, but he can't play for us now because of this issue. But the thing is, will Ashton get, you know, will they get punished for this? Because, you know, you can argue that they fielded an ineligible player. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now. But hopefully from now on, we'll be able to see Dean in a Chester shirt very shortly. It only takes about 45 minutes to get to Telford from here, so you can argue it's a bit of a local derby really. It's a local match for us, you know. much, quicker than it was to Blythe the other week where we lost 8-1. So we'll be hoping to see a better reaction from our players, and I'm sure that they've been working on various systems over the last couple of weeks to reward us supporters, because, that journey the other week to Blythe was horrendous, 8-1, and on the way back. So they played the new Bucks Head Stadium. It's a nice ground. It holds 6,300, so it's a good ground for this league. So I've never been there before, so it'll be a new stadium for me to tick off my list. So it's a nice ground for this league, as I said. So first of all, you got the Sir Stephen Roberts stand. That's the main stand there. Holds 2,000 seats. It's all seater, so that's the main stand there. It's a nice stand there. So opposite, it's quite a weird stand really. It's called the Jack Bentley Terrace, and most of the Telford stadiums all covered, but this is the only stand which is open. So you got like a big block. It's like a building. It's full of the club offices. So it's a bit weird really. Then just in front of it, you got a few terraces. Then to the side of it, you got both sides got 2 open terraces. So it's a strange stand really, but that's where the home fans are too. Behind one goal is the Frank Nadgington Terrace. That's where us Chester supporters will be. It holds 1,300, so plenty of space for us to be standing behind the goal. So that's another terrace, so we'll be hoping that we can make a decent atmosphere tomorrow. Then behind the other goal, it is called the can't remember the name now really, but what's it called? That's it, the David Hutchinson stand. So that's behind the other goal. So it's a bit similar to the where we will be tomorrow. So both goals really quite identical. So it's another terrace really, another covered terrace. So we'll be, there will be a good atmosphere tomorrow. I would imagine a good crowd. So we'll be hoping to pick up on that. But there again, Afc Telford, they made a really good start this season. A few people thought that they would be in mid-table, that they struggled, but this year they made some really good signings, and I think they're unbeaten. So, the first 5 games they made this season, they won 3, drew 2 and lost 0. So we'll be hoping that we can, stop that unbeaten record tomorrow and come back home with 3 points. But they made a really solid start. They got some good players on that side. Daniel Udo, who was on loan at us last season from Crew Alexandra. So he was on loan for a month last season for us. He only made a few appearances, but you couldn't really judge him on the ball too much, because he only made a couple of substitute appearances. But for Telford so far, he scored a couple of goals, and he'll be their key player tomorrow. And they got a good young manager, Gavin Cowan. So Telford, they could be a strong side this season. So be a tough game for us really. It's not domestic match just to get a reaction out of, but in context, we should be beating these sort of sides, and hopefully we can come back home tomorrow with a good. We have a decent head-to-head record with Telford. So this first video will show you the goals from our 2-1 away win at Telford in 2014 in the league. So here are the goals from that game.
Goalie, and Gray wins it. Couldn't find Grogan. The cross still finds its way. Grogan, goal! Telford take the lead. Grogan on the half volley. 2-2 for him. Telford deserved that too. Telford won up against their local rivals, Chester.
But again, we've talked about the work rate from Telford, the fact that they have chased lost causes during this game, put them under so much pressure, and that's how the goal came, Nick. It all came, from Tony Gray in the right hand.
You're running the risk of playing somebody onside, but a free kick to be taken then, right-footed, Rooney! Goal! John Rooney, the brother of Wayne, has got an equaliser for Chester. They don't deserve it, but Jonathan Hedge has been beaten low to his left. There must be question marks, because he had his wall lined up to protect his right-hand post. But despite that, he couldn't cover. Injects it in, off Iwalumu. Far post, free header, and Chester take the lead. McConville from close range, and Hedge holds his head. Telford thought they got away with it with a one-handed save from Hedge, but Chester have managed to bundle it in. Telford 1, Chester 2.
Yeah, some disappointment there for Telford from a defensive point of view. Jonathan Hedge got a good hand on it, you know, but he was so close in, Sean McCoy.
In December 2014, we beat Telford 2-0 at home, but I've looked everywhere on the internet and unfortunately I can't find any highlights from that game, so unfortunately I can't show you them, but we did win 2-0, so a couple of weeks later we played them away for the second time in a few months. This is in the FA Trophy, the first round I think it was, and we drew 1-1 away at Telford, so here are the goals from that match.
Kingsley James against Telford's Freddie Hall. He steps forward and sends him the wrong way. Chester lead by 1-0. 11 minutes gone here. Telford under pressure already in this FA Trophy tie.
Well, it was a great penalty, wasn't it? Even if Freddie Hall had gone the right way, and he didn't on that occasion, but even if he had, the sheer pace, the power and the precision of the finish would have...
Good, clean pass to Hancock. DC, maybe 1-1. It is 1-1. DC opens his Telford account, and Telford worked it really well down this right channel. DC popped up in room, and he pokes it past the keeper. Telford 1, Chester 1. And Telford get rewarded for what has been a good 10-minute spell.
Yeah, a few supporters around us just...
Just a week later we played them at home in the replay because the previous match was a 1-1 draw. This time we drew again, we drew 1-1 at home, so that meant it went to penalties. Unfortunately we lost 5-4 on penalties, so the shootout, so we got knocked out of the FA Trophy at that in the replay, but I'll show you the highlights now.
Goal scorer for Chester, number 22, Ben Hennigan.
No shit, Greg. Go, Greg. Come on, John. Come on, John.
Just a year later we played them again in the FA Trophy first round, so a bit of a coincidence. It was away as well, but we beat them 2-0 at the first time of fasting, so it's a good game. That wasn't here, the goals from that match.
Montgomery, was he slightly in the wrong position? Good save by Montgomery, but then the follow-up is put in, the flag stays down, and Chester take the lead. Well, Montgomery initially, but the rebound is tucked away. And so Chester have taken the lead in this game.
At key moments, Telford switched off.
Tilt got it wrong there with his header. He fails with the tackle, and two. It's down to Curtis Tilt, that one. Came for his header, skidded off his head. Slade tried in vain to get it clear, sliding in, but it fell to a Chester man. 2-0 up.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Hannah, wasn't it, in the end, who got the last touch. But it was a fantastic strike.
As I have said, Telford have made a really strong start to the season. On the opening day, they beat Southport 1-0 at home before they drew 0-0 away at Kidderminster Harriers a couple of days later. They then travelled to Guiseley on the Saturday. They drew 1-1 away. The next match, it was at home to Brackley Town, where they won 2-1. And last Saturday, they beat Spennymoor Town away 3-2. So they scored a few goals this season, and also, you know, they've haven't conceded too many, so they are a solid side. And you know, tomorrow's game will be a really tough test to us. So you know, it must be on our game tomorrow, and hopefully we can come home with a win which will see us climb up the table again. Our form has been rather inconsistent, to be honest. So in pre-season, so it says it all really, we're still talking about pre-season now. Chester FC 11 drew 1-1 away at Flint Town United. Then our final pre-season match was at home to Everton under-23s, and we lost 4-2. Our opening game in the new season was at home to Spennymoor Town, and we drew 0-0. Then on the Monday we beat Curzon National away 3-0, so that was our first away game of the season. Then our last match was away at Blythe Spartans, where we lost 8-1, so it was an awful result last time out, but hopefully our players will have learned a lot over the last 2 weeks to pick up on that, and hopefully, you know, show strong performance tomorrow, and hopefully we can go home happy. AFC Telford's key player, in my opinion, is Daniel Udo. He's a striker, and he previously had a spell at Chester last season. So at the start of his career, he played for Worcester City before signing on for Crewe Alexandra, so League 2 side. He made a few appearances for Crewe, but didn't quite materialise, so he had a few spells out on loan. So firstly, he was at Solihull Moors before going to Haleslow in town. Then, of course, last year he played for Chester. Made 3 appearances for us, but he didn't score a goal, unfortunately. So after that, he played for Leamington, so they're another team in our league, and he scored 5 goals in 9 games. So quite a good spell for him. Then in the summer, he signed for AFC Telford on a permanent deal, and he scored a few goals in this season. So you know, he's quite a tall player, you know, quite pacey, good on the ball, and he's fouled the net a few times. So hopefully he won't tomorrow, but as I said, he's a good player, and he scored a few goals for Telford, so must be aware of him tomorrow, and hopefully we can stop him. Tomorrow's game will be a tough one, in my opinion, because Telford started off ourselves to great chances, you know, get the bounces off, and hopefully we can, you know, pick up on the Blythe game and improve, because, you know, 8-1 the other week, it was terrible, you know. I had to put up with that, but tomorrow I don't want to be, because we'll be taking a good following, about 500 minimum, so, you know, we'll be taking a good following, maybe making a good atmosphere too, so we'll all want, you know, to see an improvement, because we don't want this to set the tone to another miserable season. We want to be up there, you know, at the end of the year. So hopefully we can improve tomorrow, bounce back up and climb up the table, because it is our 4th game. We still got 3 games in hand, but we got to be, you know, taking advantage of this, because, you know, Telford are a good team and they'll provide with a tough test. So let's just hope that we can, you know, come back home with a win. So I'll be recording the game, so look out for that. My match highlights will be coming up after the game. So of course, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Come on, you seals, I will see you in a bit.